Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so Ophiuchus, let's go ahead and jump on into a storytelling for you guys. We'll see where this one's going to take us, and I just want to leave it kind of wide open, and we'll just kind of see what comes of this. Ooh, Ophiuchus, we begin with a 3 of Swords first off. Not a lighthearted energy, certainly. A 3 of Swords is exactly what it looks like. We've got somebody going through some emotional turmoil. It came like a lightning strike out of the sky. I don't think this was expected for something to feel this way or something to happen that might have caused a lot of surprise and pain. Also, anybody who's out there tonight, can you tell me how the sound is? I have a fan running in the background and I hope it's not too loud. Please let me know if you can hear this okay or if there's too much competing noise, would you? I hope not, but we shall see. So we've got a Page of Cups. And we got a 5 of Swords. Oh my. Some kind of argument occurred. Some kind of, I feel like one character was more open to trying to resolve an issue. And the other person, I feel like oh, good. Krishana, thank you so much. You sweetheart, thank you. I appreciate you. I feel like this is one of those things. Krishana, let me know if you want me to pull a couple cards for you at the end of this one to thank you, okay? Just write yes if you do, and I'll do that as soon as we're done with this storytelling. I appreciate your feedback. That was really helpful. I'm wondering in this storyline if there was some kind of a meltdown, possibly in some kind of interpersonal relationship, but one person was much more willing to find a compromise, and the other person, either they messed it up or they said the wrong thing. They were actually still hostile. They wanted to keep the argument going, and they're kicking themselves for having done this is the crazy part. Could have even been Ophiuchus came up and said, hey, listen, I'm so befuddled by what happened. Look, I'm sorry if I did something that hurt you, and then that made you feel like I was, coming at you in the wrong way. And I feel like instead of this person graciously saying, and I am so sorry that I did such and such, I feel like they fumbled it badly. You notice how this person's already in regret. So whatever happened between this character and Ophiuchus, they know they messed it up in a big way. That's not awesome. We have finish line ahead for the 9 of Wands, but then we also have the Judgment in the reverse. So I'm starting to look at this like there's not going to be a chance to. Excellent, Krishana. I will absolutely do that for you before this video is over. Okay, sweetheart. I feel like that's it. This person wrecked this situation. I feel like Ophiuchus was giving them a lot of grace, possibly, and they still wanted to like battle it out. And I think instead of this, it was like the final thing that Ophiuchus needed to hear to say, all right, I think we can call this one. Let's just call it. Let's call this one quits, because I don't want to first have my feelings hurt. Then I'm still trying to be the bigger person. Then somebody doesn't reconnect. They don't really want to resolve stuff. So I think that's my cue to exit stage left. You know what? This is done now. I don't want to be treated that way. And I think Ophiuchus, this person's reaction was the final nail in the coffin. It wasn't what went wrong. It was the opportunity that had existed for these two characters to resolve things, and they didn't take it. And I feel like it was Ophiuchus who opened the door to let them come in and make it right. And I still think that I don't know, what's the hostility all about? Why the 5 of Swords there? What was that about? Queen of Swords in the reverse. This could have been an argument with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Could have been a feminine, doesn't have to be. But whatever this person was on like a bender that day, just like a sass mouth bender. They were full of, hi, baby, what you need? We might have a little fuzzy friend popping in. You need to come say hi to mama? You can come up. And my dog Aries is here. This Queen of Swords was in the reverse. They got a sharp tongue. So I don't know what this character's issue was, why they decided to get all salty, fat, and sassy here. But they were, when I say that, I'm talking like they were big sassy. I don't know why they did that, but it comes out like this person was pretty acid-tongued, as they say. Okay, so High Priestess and the King of Coins in the reverse. You know, I gotta say, I think Ophiuchus simply says, I saw a side of them that I knew was there, and I knew that this would be where we had trouble. I knew it when I first met him. I knew that there was going to be one particular style of communication that doesn't work for us, or one particular thing that was going to rub me the wrong way and was going to make me want to shut down and make me not want to give. And I knew that when I met him, but I wanted to try. I wanted to see if this could work. But if I'm honest, I kind of knew it wasn't gonna. That's what I would say. And maybe that's kind of sad, because it's like, oh wow, so it was over before it began. I don't think it was exactly that. I don't think it was over before it began per se. But you know, we can all see like, wow, this person has the ability to push certain buttons of mine. And I know that, boy, if we got on the wrong side of each other, we could be like Clash of the Titans. And I think that this was already obvious. Now, this could have been in a romance, or this could have been in like colleagues or a family member, but it was someone that should have been a teammate to us. But we already knew this is a teammate that I might struggle with. So it's not a shock after all. Five of Wands. No, instead it was like, you know what I realized? I realized that this person taught me a lot about the way I can handle myself with grace, about how to defend myself, and maybe that I don't want to have to defend myself against my own, who should be my partner, the person who should be on my side. I don't want that. So I'm petting my dog right now, if you're wondering. my fuzzy is right here, getting his little scratches. This just looks to me like Ophiuchus was they were done with the difficult thing. They've graduated from this situation, and the complexities that they dealt with in this relationship have made them feel like, hey, I achieved a lot. It was great practice. It was a great way for me to learn maybe what not to do next time, or who not to let come into my world, at least and rattle me so much. We got a Queen of Wands upright, so Ophiuchus is on their way, right? Things are different. Things have changed. Things have become. There we go, Conduit. I saw your message out there. There's my Aries. This is just one of those situations that I know you hot dog tonight, huh? We just came in from his run, so I'm still hot too. You're a good man. You're a good man. I feel like our Ophiuchus over here is just in a place. Go cool down, love. Is in a place. Hi, Delinda. Thank you. Where Ophiuchus is feeling good again about themselves, about having changed. She's got the butterfly wings on. She's moved beyond this. And I think someone might be saying, letting this go is making me feel much more bold. I learned how to handle myself in a situation that doesn't work for me. And I know really what I'm looking for, that does work for me, what kind of a connection I want to have. I want to be a lioness to a lion, or a lion to a lioness, whatever. It doesn't matter what genders we're talking about. The bottom line is I want my alpha. I want to be an alpha, and I want them to know I'm an alpha, and I want them to be my alpha as well. I don't want it to be competition. I want it to be complementary. In our greatest power and strength, that's where I want us to be able to shine. Like, why would we ever try to cast shadows on one another? Why don't we only lift each other up into the light? Like, that's the kind of relationship that I think Ophiuchus has decided that's all I want. I do have to ask about them, because we saw them going like, oh my God, what have I done? Delinda, you're so generous. Thank you, sweetheart. Conduit 69, me too. Two of Swords. They don't know what to do about this. So that card that we saw of them just like smashing their hand on their forehead, even though they must have said something pretty acidy, something pretty rude, something that made Ophiuchus go, okay, that's it. That's where we close this chapter. But they don't know what to do now. I feel like this person regrets it already. They hold their brain in one hand and their heart in the other, and not even they understand why they react this way. I don't know. This person has, maybe they just got a lot that they need to sort out about their own behavior. If they don't know why they do the things that they do, I would say that's probably somebody who's got to sit with themselves. 8 of Coins, sit with themselves and work on that first, before they're going to have success in any relationship, they're going to first have to work on their attitude, maybe what's frustrating them. Why do they lash out at a partner instead of, like say, sorry, I'm sorry, it wasn't my best today. I feel like this person can't say sorry. I feel like that's one of the issues that they have. I don't know, maybe there's somebody who gets really focused only on their perspective. Maybe they do that in everything. I'm almost thinking that this person is like a tortured artist, like very emotional when they try not to be, because they use a lot of their logic, but because of all the swords, like they say stuff and lash out, it seems like, but it appears to me like it's because they don't have great control over their emotions. And I'm not sure why this person didn't see Ophiuchus as their friend, their mate, the person that has their back. But because 6 of Wands, they always need to be on top. Okay, so there's the ultimate issue here with this storyline and this character. They always have to be the winner. They have to be on top of everybody. And you notice this person has visions of grandeur. They are not just like winning the race. They kind of think of themselves as miniature Caesar, right? I'm Julius Caesar. I'm mini Caesar here. And I'm crowd surfing and the crowd roars my name. I feel like this character has quite a gigantic ego. We'll just leave it at that. Well, then, you know what? They can take that wonderful ego and they can trot on down the road and try to drum up fans for themselves. But it looks like Ophiuchus is no longer their fan. And it's unfortunate because they know that they messed this up, but they still can't help it. Okay, so back to Ophiuchus' storyline. Guess what we got? We got the Lovers. I have to say, because this is on the heels of just having talked about them, and because they already know that there's stuff that they mess up and they do feel like, God, why did I do that? I think it's going to be pretty hard for them to contemplate Ophiuchus being in somebody else's arms too. This Lovers card is like, I feel like they want to squash that imagery in their mind and be like, no, I can't even imagine Ophiuchus, letting somebody else kiss them. I'm going to be in their mind, I think they want to hope that Ophiuchus, never forgets their kisses. The thing is, it's not to be rude, but I think Ophiuchus is going to be moving on pretty swiftly. Remember, they made a determination. What I really want is, I've moved on, I've changed. I want to be a lioness to a lion or vice versa. I want my complementary mate. Ophiuchus closed out that chapter pretty solidly with that person. And when we do close out a chapter, it leaves space for a new union. And that's exactly what we see coming in here, is a really passionate union with that Lovers card. There's not really nudity on that card exactly, but I still thought I should cover up part of it just because it's an embrace. So sorry that I didn't show that whole card. We've got Knight of Wands. Again, we just see new passion. This is very much, I feel like Ophiuchus is going to have a really fun, sexy time up ahead. Something that makes him feel like, wow, I haven't been made to feel valued, important, sexy, sought after in a while. This feels really, really nice. So I think that this cycle needed to wrap up with that former person, because they need to go work on themselves. In the meantime, there's somebody else, I'm going to say, I hate to say it this way, but somebody better, somebody who can love Ophiuchus better is on the horizon. And I think it's just nice to see that change. My love, settle down. Mommy's almost done. So that's the end of the Ophiuchus storyline, but I wanted to go ahead and pull those couple cards for you, Krishona. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. I'm absolutely delighted to see all of you tonight. I know it's a funny little late Saturday evening, but I wanted to go ahead and do a few more tonight, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow as well. So, Krishona, this is going to be a story for you, but not about you. And I always say that just because I am a fictional storyteller. Shh. No, my love. Come here. Come up and say hi if you have to do that again. Do you need to come say hi again? Okay, then settle down. I'm sorry, once in a while he's bold and loud, but Krishona, let's focus for you. So it's going to be about you, or I should say for you, but not about you. And that is because I'm not a psychic. I am indeed a fictional storyteller. So I always hope that there's something interesting and thought-provoking that comes out of my stories, but ultimately I hope it's always uplifting to be reminded. Only we will make our outcomes what we want them to be. So I hope that's the big takeaway. So we start out with the Emperor, and it's a really awesome way to begin. Aries energy coming in, and you heard my dog, whose name is Aries because he's an Aries, putting in his 2 cents as well. This is somebody busting free of that ice cold exterior, or it's somebody busting into reality, meaning, what used to be just like a faraway thought or dream. It's like, oh my God, you mean people like that are real? You mean people that awesome really exist? This says yes. This says not only do amazing individuals really truly exist, but they also they enter into our life sometimes, either when we least expect it or when we've manifested it somewhere in the subconscious. I feel like this is a bit of a surprise, just because we see all of this suddenly, like all of the mortar is breaking away. This is either somebody who's gone through significant change, and we're showing their transformation from they wanted to be an emperor, but they used to be a little too hard-hearted, and now they're becoming like a warm, flesh and blood, real-life emperor. Oh, wow. And we have the Empress. No joke. Like, this is what we've got. We've got an Emperor and Empress. What a perfect message to come after the storytelling for Ophiuchus, right? This is gorgeous. This is a perfectly matched power couple, and the most powerful power couple that we could possibly have, right? The only one that would maybe be a little bit more powerful would be if we'd seen like the High Priestess matched with the Magician, because that's like the magical power couple. But this is like the 3D power couple, which frankly I always prefer this combo, only because I like the 3D over the 5D, because then it's like it's happening, it's tangible. So we have two very accomplished, very mature, very powerful individuals. We got returning soulmates. This is I feel like maybe that's what's awakening this emperor. Maybe he looks at her and recognizes that soul companion, something he's been looking for a really, really, really long time. Now, of course, I don't read stories for genders, but we do have the perfect sun and moon counterparts, the divine masculine and feminine counterparts here. But in the context of it being past life soulmates that have maybe found each other again. And it's somebody is remembering this, and they are wide awake. They are back to flesh and blood. Because it's obvious. It's a deja vu moment, possibly, that this character is having, that our emperor is having when they see her. Somebody could have a really unique and beautiful way, like all the colors that they wear are really vibrant. You see all the different flowers. Somebody could have a beautiful green thumb also. They maybe are really good at growing things. And I have to say, this guy obviously has got chiseled features. I mean, both of them are highly attractive individuals, but one is like the really soft, really creative, really beautiful, really colorful. And then the other is kind of like the flat planes and angles and very, very much opposite what the feminine is. So these two are complete opposites, and yet the most, like, they're not just a power couple, they're a super attractive couple too. They're gonna look really good in photos, not that this superficial stuff is important, but I'm just saying they complement each other because their differences are highlighted, which means their strengths are also highlighted. The fact that they are soulmates here, I really feel like this is two people that are awakening to a connection. They're recognizing that it's like, I've been looking for you for like 100 years or something. I can't believe I'm finally finding you again. I'm seeing you again. There's some song that is almost in my mind and I can't seem to have it come forward, but it's something about, like, I don't know if it's that one for 1,000 years, if that's the one, or if it's something about I'm looking for you for 100 years. I'm sorry, I can't think of what the rest of the lyrics are. It just comes in and out of my head. We got a 2 of Wands. And instead of this being, I'm reading this card in the reverse. Is there always a choice? Yes. With the 2 of Wands, it always represents choice. But in this case, do you notice how they're actually both part of the same root system? These are 2 different individuals that are coming from the same root. We just kind of keep reiterating, we're seeing 2 people that find each other and they recognize that soul connection. Even if they've lived very different lives and they've been different places in the world and had different paths, they recognize, you are familiar to me. We come from the same kind of root. I belong with you. That's a really sweet message. Look, I'm going to leave that one there. I don't know if that has anything to it, but I love it. All right, you guys, take care. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love to everybody. And I'm going to tune out and go take care of my baby because Aries is restless. Bye, guys.